Hi everyone. Day 11, and I just went for a walk because we're spending some time with friends and usual at this time of year, and there's been a lot of eating and drinking and everything, and it's been wonderful. But this morning I woke up and I'm like, I don't want to eat, I don't want to drink, and yet I do because it's so much fun to share meals with friends and with people we love, and to share that with friends. So I decided I'm going to take myself on a walk now so that I can actually get up some hunger, some appetite for the next meal. And it kind of got me thinking that, no matter how much I may love eating, and no matter how pleasant and delicious what I, will be eating is, it's only fun if I actually want it, if I'm actually hungry. Like, I will take so much more pleasure out of it if I actually am hungry for this food. It's like, so, here I am walking and kind of trying to break it down to what is it about actually wanting what you're going to be nourishing yourself with that makes it so much more enjoyable. Actually feeling the hunger, anticipating the food that I'm going to eat, and then actually, sitting like prepare it and then sit down to eat it and actually enjoy. It's such a different experience than when you're eating and you don't really want it, but you're kind of eating because everyone is eating and you should, because it's lunchtime, and then it's like this discomfort within because my body is like, I don't want to eat right now, but the conditioning and the pleasure principle, like the part of me that desires the pleasure of food is like, no, 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 I'm gonna eat it. It looks good. I usually like this. I usually like the food that looks like this. And but when we eat something while we're not hungry, it's just, not only is it not really enjoyable, it's kind of like almost an offensive. It's like I'm doing myself harm, like I'm going against myself. So this is all really interesting because I'm now very interested to extrapolate it to all the other things in life. And like, we think that if I have a constant stream of whatever it is that I desire, if it's always there, I think that that's what I want. But in fact, if something that I desire is always there, do we really appreciate it quite as much? You know how we all often say that we start taking things for granted when they're always there? Even our, people in relationships with us, or things that are always there, we kind of lose the sharpness of enjoyment, that everything is relative, and we kind of get to know things or their value to us or their importance to us when we lose them or imagine losing them, or in fact, yeah, in my life that certainly worked that way. So it's interesting that we think we want something that we want there all the time, but in fact, the actual pleasure, the actual sharpness of pleasure that we derive from the things that we think we want is when it's not always there, when it's kind of, when we get it through the process of like wanting it and acting, going into action in accordance with our desires to procure that which we desire. That's when we enjoy it the most, right? When we've been missing it and we've been wanting it, and it's finally here in that moment of like sitting down at the table when you're hungry, and like seeing the meal on the table, and that's when it's most enjoyable, right? Or when you miss a person, and this has happened to me so many times, like even missing a person you love. It could be even my children, and then you plan all the things that we're going to do, and it's like the deliciousness is in anticipation, because then when we finally meet, sometimes it's like everybody's in the mood or somebody's in the mood and the experience is not quite like that. It's happened to me actually with places as well, not only people, like places where I used to live, and the nostalgia of it. It it feels as if I only return, I will get that experience back. But when I return, the experience of that joy is no longer the same or not there because I'm a different person, the place is different, etc., etc. So yeah. So I guess what I'm coming to is that the actual pleasure, so much of what we think is pleasurable is in anticipation, in actually wanting it. It's the wanting and the fulfilling it, not too easy, not right away perhaps, but it's the actual journey toward that which we desire, which is most fulfilling. Anyway, that's what I've kind of come to on this walk. Let me know if this resonates or if you have a different experience. It's very curious for me to hear about that. All right, everyone, see you tomorrow.